It is our 8-year anniversary, baby. I should have opened this.
What is that?
Spumante
Bambino?
It's the cheapest champagne you can buy at a grocery store.
Yes.
Woo! Amazing. So it's our 8-year anniversary, folks. The show's been happening for 8 years.
8 years. 8 years ago, Toronto had a jolly crack-smoking mayor.
And, affordable housing. But now for tonight's top story.
Tonight's top story.
The Mr. Potato Head toy announced that they're dropping the Mr. in an attempt to make the brand gender neutral. Personally, the only thing I need to know about my potato is, does it come with sour cream, and can I put it in my butt?
The AstraZeneca vaccine has been approved in Canada, but only has a 62% efficacy rate compared to the 95 and 94% of Pfizer and Moderna, respectively. But I look at it like getting a Moscato versus a Four Loko, by which I mean I can't tell the difference. Just get it into me immediately.
Paramount Plus announced one of their launch titles will be a Frasier reboot. They know what the kids want. Apparently, when Kelsey Grammer was told he'd be working again, he said, "I'm listening."
Classic Frasier reference. The kids love it. NASA's Perseverance rover landed on Mars earlier this week and sent back the first ever high-resolution photographs of the surface of the planet, where it looks like a barren wasteland. Now, if they wanted high-res photos of a barren wasteland, why did they just go to Oshawa?
Dunkin' Donuts are offering wedding services at their drive-thru. So now we know where Ben Affleck's next wedding will take place. Not to be outdone, Coffee Time is now offering funeral services in their dumpsters.
And earlier this month, 4 travelers in a Chinese airport ate 66 pounds of oranges to avoid a $46 luggage fee. Now, eating 66 pounds of oranges sounds bananas, but it's actually just fucking insane.
Orange, you glad you didn't bring bananas? As they're a bulking agent.
That's the truth. And anyways, Amanda Pereira, my old friend and former host of this very show, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm just here to celebrate 8 years and to deliver some headlines, if I may.
Okay, take it away.
The Proud Boys have been named a terrorist group by Canadian government. It's about time. However, the government is still refusing to declare Drake a war criminal.
Great job, Amanda. And moving on, Emily Ferrier, my old friend and former host from the show.
Yeah, I know, 8 years. Wow, we already did this bit. Okay, so let's get to the headlines. Okay. A man in Norway set a world record by running a half marathon barefoot in the snow. When asked if he'd do it again, the man responded, "Norway, man."
Why would you write such an awful joke for yourself?
Oh, I love this.
Scientists have engineered a way for spinach to send emails. However, if you don't open the emails soon enough, they'll turn into green mush in your inbox.
A woman using an outhouse in Alaska was bitten on the butt by a bear that was hiding in the toilet. The woman is said to be doing fine, while the bear is said to be a straight-up perv.
A recent study finds that having a 10-minute conversation on the phone just once a week can reduce loneliness, which sounds good until you remember it requires you to pick up the phone. And honestly, fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm with you. An Ohio bomb squad called in to investigate a suspicious package left outside a church discovered the package actually contained a cat and her 6 newborn kittens. An official with the bomb squad said that they just wish they'd made the discovery before the controlled explosion.
Biden says he wants to revoke Trump's access to intelligence briefings because of the incidents he incited at the Capitol on the 6th of January. But Trump's access to any semblance of intelligence was cut off years ago. Remember when he looked into an eclipse? The president did that.
Yeah, he's a smart man.
Yeah.
Also, why do former presidents get intelligence briefings anyways? Like when you get fired from KFC, they don't keep sending you the new recipes. And frankly, Trump would probably prefer those KFC recipes anyway.
A school in Utah has allowed parents to opt their children out of learning about Black history during Black History Month. Of course, it being Utah, the decision has to be signed off by the child's father and mother and mother and mother and mother and mother and mother. They're Mormons. They are racist Mormons.
Speaking of racism, country artist Morgan Wallen has seen a rise in streams and sales despite being caught saying the N-word earlier this month. Still no word yet on when he plans to announce his candidacy for Republican senator.
Some episodes of The Muppets Show now come with a warning on Disney Plus for depictions of negative stereotypes. In response, the Swedish chef has come to the show's defense saying, herpadeep, derpadeep.
That's a great Swedish chef, Amanda.
Thank you so much. I've been working on it for the whole year.
Totally paid off.
Thank you so much.
Last month, the tuna at Subway was found to be, instead of fish, just a, quote, mixture of various concoctions. In response, Subway is offering 15% off their tuna sandwiches. But to be honest, Subway is just so happy to be in the news for something other than Jared.
It's been announced that smokers rank higher than non-smokers on the vaccine rollout list for priorities. Personally, I only smoke after sex, so I'll be getting the vaccine last.
Another recent list of vaccine priorities being female, lists being female as a pre-existing condition for COVID. So good news, ladies. Unfortunately, women will only be getting 78. I'm so familiar with this joke. We'll only be receiving 78% of the vaccination that the men are getting.
Hey.
They're underpaid and undervaxxed.
It just got to you mid-joke, you know?
It did. I just
really got
I
into
was
your heart.
broken by it.
It's too real. It's too soon. Ugh.
It's true. You know,
Yeah.
we joke around a lot here, but
Too soon.
quality.
Yeah, exactly.
In a semi-related story, a soul cycle instructor in California received the vaccine after claiming she was an essential teacher. Calling yourself an essential teacher when you're a soul cycle instructor is like calling yourself tuna when you're actually just a mixture of various concoctions.
Oh, nailed that callback. That was great. In completely other news, Hitler's toilet seat sold at an auction for $15,000. And if you're interested in buying Hitler bathroom memorabilia, we already know that you're a shitty person.
Good.
A musician in Tampa, Florida, custom built his new guitar from his dead uncle's skeleton. The guitarist explained it was a way for him to finally finger his uncle back.
Gross! In a recent study, scientists found that when you're trying to make a good impression, you've only got 3 minutes to do so, which means I still have 1.5 minutes to leave good impressions on all of my past sexual partners.
A 105-year-old woman from New Jersey said she survived the coronavirus because she ate 9 gin-soaked raisins a day for most of her life. Gin-soaked raisins is what I call my genitals.
Linda, so matter of fact.
Just ask my past sexual partners.
Tastes like pine down here.
Oh my god.
Is that juniper?
What's juniper? Oh.
Zoom announced they will now offer a receptionist feature, which they say will eventually lead to a sales feature. And then it'll start dating Jim, but will really lose steam when Steve Carell leaves.
Too soon. Too soon.
Too soon.
A farm in the UK is profiting off Zoom by offering to have one of their goats, I'll get through this, one of their goats join your Zoom call to liven things up. That was my dog. She is not a fan. She wanted to be chosen, but they did choose goats. You've got to be kidding me. This sounds like a bad idea.
Earlier this month, a Peruvian lawyer was caught having sex with his client on a Zoom court hearing after forgetting to turn his camera off. Yeah, he really fucked his client's chances of having her charges dropped.
But her panties dropped for sure. Am I right there, guys?
Pew, 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 pew.
Well, at least the lawyer got off.
Sounds like a real caseload.
He really showed off his legal briefs.
Conjection, you're on whore.
Okay. The police had to break up a 100-person warehouse orgy in Paris, which broke COVID rules that are there for not wearing masks and not social distancing. However, you can't really call it a warehouse orgy unless it's from the cum gutter region of France.
You can see it in recreated porn parody Paris in Emily. I made it myself.
And those were the headlines.